Idle courage had objected. In particular, he digested the significant words of Wolfe Tone. My principle is to subvert the tyranny of our execrable government, to break the connection with England, the never-failing source of all our political evils, and to assert the independence of my country, to unite the whole people of Ireland, and to substitute the common name of Irishman in place of the denomination of Protestant, Catholic, and Dissenter. Wolfe Tone inscribed those clarion words in 1796. Inevitably died in an English prison in 1798. Michael Collins went to this school. His schoolmaster, a chap called Dennis Lyons, wrote this astoundingly prophetic report about his 10-year-old pupil. Exceptionally intelligent in observation and at figures. Character good. Able and willing to adjust himself to all circumstances. Displays more than a normal interest in things appertaining to the welfare of his country. Yes, as I said, he was then 10 years old. By this time, his beloved father had died. And Michael had heard him say on his deathbed, I shall not see Ireland free, but in my children's time it will come. Please God. At the age of 15 years, Michael passed the post office examination and, like so many of his compatriots, was forced to leave Ireland to secure employment. Ironically, he traveled to London, England, and became a boy clerk at this post office savings bank, West Kensington. What was it like for the Irish lad in the great foreign city? He described the feeling himself. A crowd of us were going along the Shepherd's Bush Road when out of a lane came a chap with a donkey, just the sort of donkey and just the sort of cart they have at home. We all cheered him. Nobody who has not been in exile will understand me, but I stand for that. The boy lived here at 5 Netherwood Road. In the late summer of 1914, the First World War broke out. Fundamentally a war between the big nations as to who should control the seas and thereby control the wealth of the world. Collins knew that it was not Ireland's war. He wrote a letter on January the 5th, 1915. This unhappy position in which I find myself, not wanting to be part of an army in which in the past and now has pledged itself to the oppression of Ireland, yet not wanting at the same time to seek the murky honor of being a conscientious objector, America would seem to be the best solution.
A cordial greeting, ladies and gentlemen of the Irish community in London.
And then he sensed a message from Ireland, a better solution. He burst into a meeting of the London Irish and said, get back to Ireland. Perhaps they could settle the question of freedom on the streets of Dublin. He himself resigned his job and sailed from England on the 15th of January, 1916. Here in the fair city of Dublin, Patrick Pearse, a barrister and poet, and James Connolly, a philosopher, amongst others, were whispering of open revolt against the English. These Irish patriots had viewed the alien men, primarily Scottish settlers in the northeast of Ireland, arm themselves with a tacit approval of the English government. England had various formidable vested interests in that northeastern Ireland. And these part-time soldiers were known as the Ulster Volunteers. And so the Irish people armed themselves with the military opposition of the English government, and these were called the Irish Volunteers. But these Irish volunteers were not typical soldiers. They were a strange collection of visionaries and idealists dedicated to the freeing of Ireland from all alien exploitation. Nevertheless, indeed because they were more poet than soldier, at about midday on Easter Monday, April the 24th, 1916, about 300 of these Irish patriots marched through Dublin under the eyes of the English army and occupied a number of the main buildings. They set up their